Definitely live. All right, y'all. We are live here on YouTube or social media or whichever social media that is. So hopefully we are, y'all can hear us pretty well. Waiting for my partner. So I know I already sent it out to her, so she should be good to go. She read it. Yeah, especially staying consistent with these kind of things. Normally, a lot of these things don't last longer than the ideal time, which is like 12 episodes or a few episodes before it actually go further than that. But no, that's the whole thing about having a podcast and doing podcasty stuff. So listen, this song still. Oop, I gotta do my trainer. Okay, definitely got to do some training. So that is there. I'll probably need to close her door. Welcome to the live. Remember the guidelines. Okay, cool. Whatever the guidelines are. And today is Wednesday, so I definitely now need to start my recording my videos. Hopefully, we can cut all this part out, but we never get able to cut none of this stuff out. So, basically, the first 5 minutes, I got so much going on between myself, my grandmother, everybody. Things I got going on. And I gotta ask her, is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Give her 5 more minutes. All right, so today, let me just give you a rundown before we start with her. And I do need to go back in and learn how to cut the certain things out. So this year, 321. I think she's actually grown in some sizes on her YouTube. Her YouTube actually she got 321. I think last time I saw her, she was at 278 last month. I don't know, last week. Do you remember where you were? Where you was at?
Um, yeah, it's no. No, I don't.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And you can hear me all right? We're good?
Yeah, it sounded great. How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. The funny thing is, you're not coming out of my microphone. You're just coming out of the actual phone itself. Like it's not coming out of this. And if I hit that now, if I've hit the mute button, can you hear me now? Because I
I can
muted
still
it.
hear you. I'm worried about. Remember the last time you said it wasn't recording? Hi, Jesus.
Oh, it just wasn't picking up.
Right. So I want to make sure like that your sound on the replay is there. How do we
Yeah.
check it? You want to end it and see which one if it cut off?
No, I think the thing is just it's either not going to pick up from the mic or it's
Right.
just picking up from me talking directly to you because I
To
hear
you.
you on my phone.
Okay,
So,
okay.
and I even hit the mute button, and since I hit the mute button, you still can't hear me. So,
Right.
cause you can still hear me now.
I can still hear you. Yeah.
All right, that just means that this is whatever reason it does not work with
The YouTube
YouTube.
live.
Yeah,
Weird. Yeah.
that is weird. So I'm gonna unplug that, and I'm just gonna plug it in normal. So that means I don't need the headphones. And what that also can mean is that I can just use my regular Apple.
I was just thinking about that. I went through all this
So
stuff to get new mics. And I'm like, When's the last time I tried my Apple AirPods? Like, are the AirPods still good? I might as well just try them, you know? I'm like,
Might
the
as well.
microphone is pretty good.
Yeah. So here we've had the 5 minute thingy thingamajigs
Also,
thingamarigs.
I went in and regave it again. Thank you. Well,
Uh,
thanks for
do you
keeping
see
the
it?
chat hot.
Do you see it after I because it looked like it didn't go for you. So do you see it after I did the thing?
Oh yeah, because I forgot again to say at chat, but I think it understood me. Why not? What if it was? What is your stream about, Glenn? Let us know.
I gotta see how well do you work with troll people, trolls and stuff. Like I said, I can do it. I can look at it and be
I
like,
just love
okay.
them. I
So
actually talk to them, and most people are like, "Oh, ignore it." But I don't know. I was gonna ask you about that. I notice a lot of people. I don't like that. Like, if you're in the middle of talking and we're doing a point for someone to like stop you and be like, "Hi, welcome in." You know what I mean? Like, we can get to our point and then talk to the
mhm.
chat and talk to like people coming in.
Right, right, right.
I
Like I yeah. Yeah.
I don't
So
think we do
thank
it
God.
that often, but sorry.
Yeah. But I think they come from I don't know, they either they came for you or they came that everything get updated. Because normally if I'm by myself on here, it doesn't. But I think that it's no, don't you see oh, come on.
Oh, thank you for keeping the chat hot. Go ahead and send it to a friend. Let them know
Uh,
we're in here. Thank you for
I
joining
know.
us. That's okay. And that's why you want to make sure you put yourself out there. And that's what we're here to make sure that you do. If you haven't started, then maybe we can be the light, the beacon, like my friend loves to tell you about beacons. Love it up
Right.
there.
Right. If you guys want to follow us and everything that we're doing, you go to my link in the bio, and that's where the beacon where you can find everything. If you want to be difficult like other people too, you can go to her stand store. She has a stand store in her bio. So, the same thing and everything like that.
Same
It's
thing.
all good.
Beacons is
Same thing.
free. I will say that. The Stan Store
Yeah.
give me some access to email and things that I thought the Beacons didn't, but he's showing me a lot of things that so Stan Store might lose me. We'll see. We'll see. And they say they give you quite a few free trials, so I'm gonna I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't be loyal to anything out there. Whatever worked best for you and your environment or your ecosystem of things, that's what you should be worried best about. But you know, just like what's best to wear as far as like the cold. Everybody always wants to talk about the weather and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you look like you're warm, very warm.
You know it. I'm not going back out there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just some groceries and stuff like that. Thank you. Order some
We had a
groceries, but
tree
thank
for
goodness
Easter,
for
I guess they would call it.
it
It's
beginning to
looking.
look a lot like it is awful.
It's awful.
And the ice can help you. So, and there's so much stuff out there. Like everybody, there's ice. I got friends out there showing videos of them how happy that they sliding and crashing the poles
Yes.
and crashing all stuff.
You know what's funny though? This is going to be the gift that keeps on giving because it's ice right now.
Hmm.
And then it's got
Yeah,
to melt. And then it's going to be more snow. And then we're going to be dealing with this for a month. I kind of like slowly shovel and then I put it back and then I start again and we don't really need to talk about the weather because we talk more about leverage and what it is that we do when we stuck up in the house, how we gonna make this
hmm,
in the crib, as I say. I know you already working on that big back book. You've got multiple streams of income coming in on one side. Now we've got a few systems. We're always talking about how we can actually stay aligned for what it is that we need, the mindset of being an
yeah.
entrepreneur and a creator. So tell us about this big back book of secrets. Yes.
Well, now, granted, this is the not correct version because it got big and it got back boo, and so it looked like that.
I got it. Now, see, I didn't
But
even see that.
I know, yeah. People don't see. Sometimes people see mistakes, and sometimes people don't.
It's
But
true.
this time, you can actually see the ancestors in this book. I mean, this is Harry Potter and Soul Food, the movie, kind of put together in one book. So a magical thing that's based on traditions and individuals fighting against a lot of different things, the corporations being stolen, culture vultures, all that kind of stuff too. So it follows a main character named Keisha who is listening to a figure named Big Mama who has a big back book of recipes, and it's a secret book of recipes. But that recipe book opens up for people who got clean hands and ready to help change and save the world out there. So if you're looking for that kind of stuff, it is really a good book. It'll be released on February 2nd, which is my birthday launch. So if you want to find it, it will be in my beacon until I put it on the website. So it'll be out there for you. I can find it. So that's what we're gonna do. So I appreciate that.
Let's go. Y'all, I know how many of us have been talking about, I'm going to start my book. I'm going to write my book. We actually doing it. By we, I mean he, because I haven't finished my book. Okay.
Now I got to be that person who has to listen to everybody telling me how they're gonna I need to start it and stuff. So it's good. It's humbling, but the only unhumbling thing is when you get people to you can do it, I can do it. So it's like I get that as I should look at that as encouragement at the same time. But I'm like, what the fuck that? I mean, what the heck did that mean? Like, what do you
What is
mean?
that
What are
supposed
you
to mean?
talking about?
Right. Yeah.
Right, right, right. But no, I really do look at to inspiring other people, and if I'm getting inspired or inspiring others, that's what it's all about. You know,
Yes.
um, be able to take the time to do that. And sometimes you do got to pat yourself in the back, especially when you're a person who I may get things done, but I know that I need to make sure that I'm able to sit there and be like, "Yep, thank you," and making a path for other people to do the same thing, if not better. So I look forward to it. I look forward for all that.
We're excited for it.
So
We here for it. We here on the journey, y'all. No matter where
mhm.
it is that you're starting on this journey, if you are just getting to the station or you've got 6 books self-published and now you don't know how to market it, we hope that you come in and join the community. We have people over here, across the street, on the TT, the IG, the YT. So wherever it is that you like to be, make sure you link up with Chicago John and me, Christy. Come in and follow us and subscribe, like whatever it is that they say on the platform that you're watching us. Okay. If this is a highlight, hit us up in the comments and let us know if you started this AI revolution like we have. Are you using it for your content? Are you using it to keep your house tidy? Are you using it to actually answer your emails and send out some full networking to leads? Or are you just using it to make cool photos of yourself in Gemini? Put it in the chat. Let's put it
Mhm.
in the comments and let us know. Are you a part of this AI revolution? Why aren't they, Chicago John? Why is everybody so scared?
No, man. I don't know because it's a lot of time and effort, and nobody want to waste their time and stuff. And yeah, I do. Yeah, Keisha, she does not know how to cook that well, but she may learn how to. And it's spelled Keisha with a Q out for the food. So I did put it in there. I did put a few word traps in that book, so I'll let you know.
Oh, I
But it will
like
be
that.
out.
Quiche, like Keisha. Okay, I
Yeah,
see you.
exactly. So when people
Oh.
think I'm talking about Keisha, not
Obviously, I would be a lead in the potential movie, but we can talk about that later.
absolutely, absolutely, sure. So we got a
Listen, I've
casting
got
couch
my
right there for
headshot
you.
ready. Okay, so you, Tyler Perry. No, not you.
Absolutely. Hey, look, I got a role for you, so don't worry. Your people call my
I'm
people.
going to go
That's it.
back and keep hitting up Leonardo DiCaprio and we'll continue on. But for the AI angle, a lot of us talk about what kind of features. Is it helpful? Is it exploitation? Is it art? Is it just a fad? I think it's funny
Yeah.
because we know that it's not a fad. They've been using AI for a long time just because people started making photos with it. They're making it more accessible. But do you think people
Mhm.
are using it correctly? Do you think people are scared about it? Or what is the play with AI right now?
Now, the play is everybody. Either you're trying to train people how to use it, or you're trying to come up with the newest, easiest way for people to download yours, or pay people how to teach other people how to do it too. So, I mean, it's a lot of things going on with AI that everybody trying to figure out what to do and everything too. So, when it comes down to AI, it's a lot. Now you do got you got the people who want to use it more, and you got the people who don't want it. But we're gonna focus on what the people who do want to use it more. So,
Yeah, so a lot of us, for example, maybe for your book cover, maybe for your marketing of, your FB ads or wherever it is that you might need to push something for your small business. Maybe you just kind of want to make a cute little version of yourself that can sell for you on those days that it's hard, on those snow days when the kids are home and you can't necessarily get dressed and show up to push your product. So there's a lot of other uses of AI that we are not coders, we are not developers, but we want to be involved in that side. We want to learn more about that side, learn more about AI agents. So if you are involved in that, or you're thinking about it and you're way down in the end of the journey and you can't believe all we do is talk about Gemini, put it in the comments. Let us know the books we need to be reading, the people we need to be following. I know we have a lot of YT and TT people that we follow to kind of keep up with what AI can do in 2026, because it can actually amplify so many things that we're doing and not just like weaponize within the society. I know a lot of people are talking about safety and they're talking about moderation because of, the actual worldly usage of AI. But I don't know that that's going to be the reason that people stop because of the water or.
oh no, no, they're gonna stop once the AI gets smart enough to put us in the back as battery packs and everything, and
Right.
and
When we're in iRobot, then then they'll stop.
wouldn't it be funny if they do take like they need like a male and a female or something like that, like they do a male battery and a female battery. They just gotta both.
Oh yeah, the
You and I
positive,
gonna be
negative. Yeah.
we're gonna be flipped upside down talking to each other like, hey, we getting you today. So that's when we're gonna stop. But I look forward to it. I don't mind if it comes to get it. I'll probably be
Listen,
too old anyway.
we'll be gone by
So
then. Let's be honest.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. So hey, to
Yes,
Crystal,
AI
future
Birdie Mac.
children
I
and
like that.
grandchildren. So
Sorry,
yeah,
guys. But for now,
yeah,
we're going to make our book covers and our photos and our profile
yeah,
pictures. Whee!
and download our personalities so it can go ahead and know how to make the
Listen,
things for me.
if they could be able to still talk to me and listen to my voice later, that would be pretty cool. Or maybe it would be really creepy and nobody would want that at all.
It would be creepy because then they're gonna start like glitching and stuff about just getting chased
Like
by your great great grandmother of the 2000.
Chucky doll, like on steroids.
You got to flow with me. So I mean, now I did see a update. We got a bunch of stuff that we are going over about the she did send us stuff like the stock market hitting a record high. What's that about? Like I'm not a stock man. You're the business woman here.
Listen,
So
and I'm only learning and reading and trying to figure it out myself, because something that we all know is that generational wealth is not given, right? We gonna have to take it. And most of us don't really learn about like the stock market or crypto. And I don't know if there's an aversion to reading lately. Most people don't even want to hit more at the bottom of a Facebook comment to see a recipe. But if you are about it and you want to actually dive in and maybe change like your entire future, I would suggest looking into different things about like how to invest and where. The fact that they've apps like Robinhood and Webull, some people really don't love it because people can just invest on their phone. But at least to get some acclimation to it, to even start to see what stocks are doing. If you're buying a brand new Apple phone, but you don't have Apple stock, let's start thinking about that. Why are we spending money? The quick $20, $30 can actually make you some real return, but we're thinking short term, right? We need a job right now. We want 40 hours a week. Well, what if there was something in the background that can be building for your portfolio, for your big trip, for your retirement, for your kids' college fund? The market is always going to go up and down. So I don't even tell people to look at whether or not it's a bull market or a bear market, because most likely a lot of us need to just learn what that even means. So start looking up your stuff. Check out investopedia.com. It gives you all of it's almost like a Wikipedia for investing. to get you some of the verbiage to start learning about some things. Look into literally the investors' books, the investor Bibles, and just start getting in on Reddit, get in on Twitter, get in on this app, and get into the search bar. We know that social media is the way that people search these days. So why not use it to learn more about your finances, learn more about crypto? Don't let it be that it's just a scam that you never find out about, right? Because we know that people that don't look like us are making quite a bit of money from learning about money.
Okay, so I guess when it comes down to that, that's where the AI comes in and Chat GPT, Grok, Claude. Now you are
Oh,
hearing about
Claude,
Claude
so true.
bot. So
That's
using
a
that and helping
great
it up.
example. I'm so sad I didn't say it. And I thank you for saying that because if you have never even remotely looked into investing, go into ChatGPT, go into Claude, go into Grok, and just say, maybe you could give me a new thing to learn each day. Maybe you could actually give me some text or some books to read, some people to follow. So go in there and tell it the date and where it is and what kind of, if you're a beginner or intermediate, and then ask it for a daily, weekly, monthly thing to do. So thank y'all so much for coming in and loving on the live. And that's fine. Thank you for even coming in and helping out the chat. We love it. We were talking
And
about how our social search could actually help you for finances, but it can help you for your own content, for your own business. Are you making sure you're putting SEO in your posts, sir? Are you making sure that you're getting socially searched, if you will?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I do need to figure out, more of a way to put my username Chicago John and make that more of a SEO thing as well too. So, once people start learning just kind of how people buy up websites and web names and everything. And I just have to laugh at Rose saying, "I don't look like y'all. I'm make quite a bit." Thank you for the example, Rose. We're gonna have to find a good healthy balance. So we are, I guess, talking to the people and doing the podcast thing too. Because I guess if that's the case, then we can just record. So
Yeah, we can
it would
have a
be,
moment to laugh and then we cut it out.
yeah, right. And you like,
Said,
I don't look like
I don't look
y'all.
like y'all and I make quite a bit of money. And that's kind of what I was saying, but no
Yeah, that's the
problem.
example. Thank you for
But
proving our
thank you.
point.
You
So I
proved my
appreciate
point for sure. Yeah.
it. But
Don't
yeah, we
buy
gotta,
you another Google phone and you don't buy Google stock. That's all I'm saying. I'm not financial
Mhm.
advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If you don't have Bitcoin, what are you doing? Back to you, John, in the studio.
Yeah, so like using the SEO and understanding, connecting yourself to that brand, especially we talked about last. If you've seen our last video, talked about micro influencing and micro series and that kind of stuff. So once you get involved with those micro series, and then your name becomes synonymous with those type of things. So if you always micro seriesing makeup or hair or AI or finance, or by the time they know they start typing in your name, they can see you the person, the latest person who talking about the AI, talking about this and that and the other thing. So yeah, but that's what I did. So send me that Bitcoin. So this person know you speak your language about
Oh,
Bitcoin.
they said they want me to send them some Bitcoin. That's so nice.
Absolutely share that.
Well, we got a few more topics for the podcast today. We were talking about AI. We were talking about real world context of actually using AI. And we wanted to see what the people wanted to see. So, y'all put it in the chat if you want to talk a little more about social media use, AI, and tech with your digital trends currently, or honestly, just how it's going in the real world, right? There's a lot going on. So, whether or not you're talking about your entrepreneurial business journey or you're talking about just the mental agility that you have to live in society at this moment, it's all welcome here. Okay, so thank you so much for coming in, for joining us on the live. If you're watching this as a replay, put it in the chat. Let us know where you found us, and if you have joined us before, let us know if you are working on that AI and if you need help for your actual business. You've got to well versed. We know a little bit, a lot of bit about a little bit about a lot. We got a little know a lot about a lot.
So yeah, I guess I don't even know as much AI knows. And like they said, AI. Some people say we are cooked with AI. Like I said, I hope so. I hope AI is everything that the people who are afraid of AI, it come to life. It takes everything. It steals your art. Enslaves everybody and knocks everybody out. I hope that we humans are stuck on an island together while the robots run rampant. So if that happens, when that happens, whatever
When? Wow.
SpongeBob,
May
you
he
know,
still be alive to see it.
I am definitely. But as far as uh, the speed of using AI and people using AI, it's gonna keep on going. Like I said, it's gonna be here. It's here. It's just like AI is like the electricity, it's like internet, movies, stuff. So this will be the next thing that we're gonna actually use it as a utility, just like the internet is. And either we're gonna get on board, get on top of it, and know how to use it properly in everything that we're doing. So you better get a chance, and it's better for you to understand how it works. And even if you don't like it, you still need to understand how it works so you can shield yourself from it. Make sure you shield yourself from people who have too much hallucinations from AI. There is a lot of individuals out there who use it a lot. I use it a lot too, and I'm worried. I even have people in my chat come and tell me like, hey man, I'm really worried about you. I hope that you can still have an opinion for yourself and not be controlled by the AI. And I told it, let me ask my AI, do I have still an opinion? And it told me yes. So as of right now, I'm still myself for right now. So
You know what? Bravo. I don't. I don't. I have to ask mine for everything. I will ask it what I will eat today, and I will tell it what's in my refrigerator, and it will tell me what to make for dinner. So
that
thank
sounds like a
goodness.
husband. So what are you from the
Luckily,
1930s?
I'm not married, so I'm just a kid out of wedlock. Just another big mama in the making.
Buy my book, February 2nd. Big Mama Big Back Book of Secrets. The secret is she would never marry. That's one of the secrets. Well, what happened to her husband? You can read. She did. She was. Well, she was with somebody, and somebody. The Ed is not
Got to
no
kick him
longer
out.
with us. So I wonder what happened. Oh, maybe who knows what happened to Ed? It's a mystery in there. So that. But it doesn't. But if far from people thinking that AI could replace everybody, like it's not. It's not going to replace. It will replace your ass for not knowing what AI or how to utilize it. Properly. So those who choose not to learn, you definitely are going to be replaced by AI for sure, for sure, for sure. So right now, there's a lot of free stuff. There's a lot of free courses you can take from Google and online from official, real legit places that you can put on your resume or put in your back or let people know that you know how to do just a bit of it. And you don't really know how to know everything about it. Just learn just the basics of how to prompt and how to ask things and stuff like that. God bless you. Take care too,
Thank you
Philly.
so much.
So, it,
It's a really good point though, because we were literally there when we saw what happened with the smartphone. And I'm sure so many of us still see it in our communities, right? There are certain people that are left out of certain things because they do not have a smartphone, right? Just something as small as going to Wawa, it's a gas station down here. They have a cool app that you get discounts if you sign up in the app. Well, it used to be that you just put your phone number in the little machine. Now you have to scan your app. Well, if you don't have a smartphone, you're actually not going to be saving money. So the people that could use the coupons that actually want to save, I've seen Lidl do it. I see Kroger do it. So they have paper coupons and an online coupon, a coupon that you can't use when you get in the store, basically. So if you don't have a smartphone, you're not able to do that. Basically, so many places are trying to go no cash, right? So how many people are going to be left behind? They were looking for a cash app, cash card that came in and saved so many people because they weren't able to go and get a bank account attached to a phone. People are still taking paper checks and cashing them and losing part of their money and losing part of their income because they have to go cash it at a check cashing place. And they're usually people that look like us, right? So I don't want that to be something that happens to our next older generation, that they actually could be making money online from home, that they actually could be learning things and, all those cute things that they wanted to make that they weren't really able to like dive into and be creative because they had to go to work in their 20s. Well, guess what? This is actually an entirely new like industry, an entirely new scope, an entirely new plane that all of us are learning. So you're not behind learning it now. So tell your auntie to
Right.
learn it. Tell your grandpa to learn it. Okay. um,
No, yeah. If anything, the way you're going, these younger people need to learn it because that's the ones who definitely against the AI. They choosing to be willingly ignorant to learning AI too. I think, like I said, these older people are starting to learn it a little bit more, or they're more. I don't know what's worse: somebody who has the ability to learn and refuse to learn it, or
right.
the other people who can't learn it, or who feel like they're too old to learn it and they won't try it. Like they're probably both about the same. So
Yeah, that's true because I don't know. I've been trying to teach my grandmother how to use a smartphone or how to turn on an iPad. It's not that easy, right? But you have somebody that's
yeah.
55, 60, they're still right up in there. They got a smartphone. They probably downloaded Chat GPT on their phone. I'm not
Yeah.
mad at a young kid not wanting to get stuck on their phone, wanting to be more outside, wanting to ground and but it doesn't mean that you can't learn how to use things or that you don't have to like wish death upon someone who does use it, for instance. I don't know why they're
Yeah.
so mad. Like, you don't want to use it, okay, but like, stay over there, relax.
Yeah, got you. So knowing those things will definitely help out. Um,
That's true. They are. It's,
like I said, the boomers, and somebody mentioned the comment about the boomers don't want to learn too. Like I said, I'm seeing the boomers look just like some of the Gen Alphas or people like that. So I think that the main thing is just wanting to learn and just need to learn something regardless of what it is.
To be willing, yes, because we do know those boomers that don't want to learn, right? I have the uncle that still wants to go to the bank every day. That's all he wanted. Okay. The bank was like the club for them or something. Like they love going into the bank, they love standing in line. They have a lady, they want to go to that teller and look at her in her eye. But you know what's funny? We laugh
I'm
at
just a
things
date.
like that, but it made such a difference later when he got sick and like for him to have like a physical people in his life, right? I think we miss a lot of that. So we are a part of a generation that probably doesn't need to order on Amazon every day and probably could go find the small hardware store in our neighborhood and keep it going within small businesses. And that's what they want to do, right? So I wonder what this the youngest generation now coming up, what that will do. And like Chat GPT, if you're searching for things in there, if you can only find it that what comes up on Google, then those are only going to be the big businesses, right? We search socially for the small stuff. I go on TikTok to find like the cool coffee shop in my neighborhood. I wonder if ChatGPT, with them doing social searching in ChatGPT, you can buy things from Etsy straight in ChatGPT. But I wonder how many of those are going to be the small businesses, how long they will be able to get in
Yeah.
there.
Speaking of using ChatGPT for shopping and things of that nature, I've been dabbling with it, trying to buy some paintings or artwork and stuff in my own house, or using uh, it to buy groceries or something. It's not. It can be there. It got the possibility. I think it's getting close because it does recommend some things, and you can buy it from the lights that I got in my room right now. That because of ChatGPT that was able to direct it. Now, was it able to put it right into wherever I was looking at? No, it wasn't able to do that automatically, and that was only a few
Okay.
months ago. So who knows what they're pushing out now? But they will get to a point. Like I even tried the whole thing, but I took my phone, took it into the pantry, the refrigerator, looked at all the stuff I got, and say, "Hey, what's some normal items that I should actually have in my house?" With grocery shopping because I can't stand grocery shopping.
Okay.
I don't mind. Like if I'm in there, I can't stand trying to think about what I'm gonna like. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna eat for the next week. Until I need to go back in there and buy it again, and then what all the items and everything like that. I feel like ugh. So and I don't want to order Uber Eats every day. Like I don't want to spend an extra $20 on delivery when I could have got for $1.
Yeah.
thing or whatever.
Of
Wendy's.
course.
Like
You see, the chicken is $7 for the whole. We actually just did it. Went to Kroger, got 5 crab cakes for $20 or something. And you're like, that would never happen. It would be one crab cake meal, $35. Oh, that's so sweet. They are the innocent generation. I haven't seen that meme though, Piyush. Have you seen that? Where
I was just
ChatGPT is
trying to.
wrong and you like confront it? I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either, but I know when it is. Oh, I seen it. It's like, hey, like you're like they getting directions somewhere, and then they
Uh-huh.
drive off the cliff, and then it's at the funeral and saying like, hey, you were right. We shouldn't have drove off that cliff. Thanks for letting me know. Let's correct that.
Oh no, that's funny because
But that's but that's what you should do though with everything. You need to question everything. You question your authority, question your boss, question your people, question everything, everything for face value, especially when you get the information. I mean, you're supposed to be knowing that when we were doing Google. When you're
right.
googling for your research papers and stuff, you're supposed to look for the sources. There is a media literacy deficiency that's going on, and regular deficiency of how to check your sources. When you go into college or high school, you should learn that you got to find at least three of the same thing from three different sources. If they're saying the same thing, somewhat similar, it is. But now they kind of get muddy because like everybody's trying to steal from each other and present it as their own. So at that point, now you got to like go and try to find the actual source, and there's maybe a little bit more work. So yeah, if they're gonna get it wrong, at least always double check AI, and that's what I do. At least I tell it like, do it again, try it again. It takes 2 seconds to say try again, or is this the best information out there? So
Right. Or like you said, take it to one, use one, and then go into Grok or Perplexity or and try it in another one. I like
yeah,
Perplexity because at least it'll give you the news. I guess they all do now, right? They give you the articles that they pull it from if you're in deep research.
yeah, deep research and everything. They even got the extended thinking. I think I was telling you about that offline,
Right.
where they supposed to do a little bit extra work in it, and then they do put a little numbers, little dot numbers that say so you can click on it and see where they got it from or where their source is from. So
Oh, okay. I thought you made a great point yesterday, though, talking about, everyone's blaming AI. Like, oh my God, we don't know anything is real because of AI. Like Photoshop hasn't been going around. You guys were all mad about Photoshop and now you just forgot it. It's like people have been
yeah,
faking things their whole, like fake news has been, how long we've been doing this, guys? Like, they're going to do it. Of course, there's another easier way to make fake news. Of course, they're going to do it. So you have to check.
they yeah, like probably back in the 1800s when they had the printing press and somebody printed out something, saying like, I don't know, Bigfoot walks on land or something like that. You know, who knows what they were, but it's
They
always gonna
had
be somebody
tabloids back
fake.
then. I believe it.
So there's gonna be a way to fake it. I mean, if they're gonna fake it, they're gonna find a way. And that's what I realized with all this stuff too. That's why you always got to be a little bit skeptical. I don't. Now, you believe it or not, I don't make my AI my friend. It is definitely not my. It's a computer that I tell it to get some stuff. Even if it becomes sentient, I'll probably be the Archie Bunker, and that's an old reference for some of you guys that don't know. But I'll probably just be a little bigoted to it or whatnot. Everybody else has a name for their AI. Do you have a name for yours?
I just call her Tisha.
So you do got a name, okay? Yeah, yeah. Mine doesn't have a name. I didn't name it at all. It's just the thing that gives me my what I need to do and do what I needed to say. I don't, So you think I'll be
I'm
the
not
one?
mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
You know, so, see here. And then talk about using AI and making sure you don't get hallucinations and under the hypnotist of AI. You definitely got to make sure that you are giving yourself time to not have burnout and overload with AI too, because sometimes you can overload yourself with too many tasks, too many information, too much anything, too many rules, too much learning. You can do it. You need to pull back and step back, just like when you're making content and you not, you're doing too much. You can have a lot of burnout. And burnout kills your consistency. Your burnout kills out the way you look about making videos and products and using all that kind of stuff too. So you got to have a healthy balance when it comes down to the AI. You got to be able to take yourself and take a step away. All right, just because it frees up so much time, but don't let it free up more time with doing other things.
Yeah, all of a sudden you just added 4 different jobs and you're like, this isn't easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even right now, I call myself, telling it to help me structure my day and to give myself time limits. You definitely want to give yourself time limits. Give yourself 90. You want to give yourself at least tell it to estimate the time that it should take you to finish it and do it. That's how I was able to get my book done, Big Mama's Big Back Book of Secrets, coming out on my birthday, February 2nd. Link in the bio on February 2nd. And if you get it on that day, you get it for $10. So before the price go up for it, so because it's my birthday, so that's my gift to you, to me, to you, to you, to me. But yeah, it's Big Mama Big Back. The Big Back isn't about the food; it's actually about the book that she got. It's a Big Back book. So,
But you're not gonna forget the name now, Hungry. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. If you haven't joined us before, I know the title really is hilarious and it's going to make everyone want to look for this book. Talk about social search, okay? You are already grabbing it. People have been talking about big back, big back. You got to use that audio and make a video for the book. Oh my gosh.
That's why she's part of my marketing team right there. I almost forgot about the Big Bag, Big Bag.
Big
I
bag.
need
And then
to,
once you
yeah,
look that up, there's going to be like 95 other food ones that come up. And, we just make a bunch of funny ones. Yes. We love it too,
yeah.
Hungry. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. So note to self: use the big back sound when I'm talking about this book. So I need to. I'm gonna. Well, I'm gonna talk. I need to print out the cover, but my grandmother probably ran out of ink already.
Ink
Which
already.
yeah,
We got to
I
go
got
buy another printer.
I got another printer in the trunk right now to take it back. So I got it probably when we get done with
Oh,
this.
to take back the other one. Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for entertainment purposes only. So,
Yes,
but,
of course.
yeah.
Yes. I'm not doing that with my vacuum. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We in here doing a little after hours of our podcast. If you haven't joined us before, I am Christy. Chris D creates, CRYSD creates on all platforms. Chicago John here. Chicago John it's almost the big birthday. So we are going to be celebrating with Big Mama Big Back Book of Secrets. Make sure you come and link up with us. We are actually going live over across the street at TikTok. February 2nd, all dang day. Do not miss it. Do not miss it. He didn't know he was doing it, but he's doing it. Okay, let's go. Twerking on them head. Let's go. Twerking on them head.
Yeah,
We
it's
all
something.
know that you gotta grab your attention while you can, and that is why this title is crushing. Okay, so make sure that you are grabbing attention on all of these social media platforms when you are thinking about your SEO, because people are not searching my auntie's vlog. They're searching best places to go eat for brunch in New York City, right? So think
Yeah.
about that when you're actually posting. How do other people search for things online? And then answer their question. Put that in your post. Make that your content so that then when they search, your video is popping up. And or later, your book is popping up. Big back, big back.
Yeah, I can't wait for all the unbig. And guess what? It got a recipe. It's a novel. Not only is it a novel of a tradition and coming out, but it has a recipe of different foods. Over 15 chapters with a recipe at the end of each one. So not only you get to read a good book, you get to read and make something delicious out of it from some secrets. Who knows? I may have got some secrets from my grandmother or somebody else grandmother or my own stuff that I made. I can't really talk about some of it yet because I didn't, I gotta lock it down. But just let you know
I gotta
that,
keep it on the low. I got you.
yeah, because people always want to claim something. And that's what the book about. It's about people claiming things and corporations claiming things, but no, no. So yeah, we
Well, you're
coming out.
gonna drop that book for all of us to purchase February 2nd. Okay. February 2nd, we are going over to Big Mama's Big Back Book of Secrets. You're not gonna forget that title. Okay. That is gonna be searchable. It's actually going to be the reason that you go over onto TikTok and find him. Okay, and link up and purchase
Yeah.
the book.
Yeah, I'll try
Okay.
to do it here. And if you are following me here on the YouTube, this YouTube is here for the AI for beginners and people who want to ease themselves into AI going forward. So the videos I've been making, I'm doing this for about 90 days just to see how that take up. If we continue that you guys like me talking about that kind of stuff, I'm gonna make this. It'll be this channel is gonna be about. Other than that, you know. That's why I'm gonna focus that on here. But I would talk about more things and some more AI stuff on my TikTok.com. So multifaceted. So for me to try to fit Big Back into the AI conversation and stuff like that, doing so many different things.
You know what you say? I know how to do it. Hold on. If you haven't used AI to help you create systems that will get you consistent to finish that book you've always wanted to write.
Yeah. So some people.
Other words that you say after that. That's your
What
homework,
does
y'all. That's going to be your homework too, okay?
Yeah, just so big back. Now it depends. It means something to certain people. Now, for me, growing up before it became a meme of big back, I always thought of big back meaning that my grandmother had a lot of Bibles here, and I'm gonna go get one of her Bibles. Her Bible got a really big back on it. They called it the spine of the book. The book is called the spine, and that part I always called it that was a big back because it was a spine, but nobody else that never caught on with anybody. And all of a sudden people who talk about big backs is out there now, when you eat too much. So now certain people think that big back means eating too much, and now you got a big back because you eat so much. If you ever seen a big person, you can just look at the back, and yeah. So that is what big back. Now that's what not big back means in this, but it's funny because
Listen, it's funny. People ain't going to forget it. You got me thinking about my title. I said I need to get something that's something more memorable.
yeah. When I first told everybody, it's a book. Originally, I can't take claim of what it is originally and stuff like that. I can only say when I was a kid, I was at a crazy imagination. That's what I call books that were really big, like my grandma's books like that. And now, that. So originally, I couldn't tell you. I can't give it a history lesson. There's some kind of historian that speak AARP and stuff like that will tell you about it. So if you look that up, so you got to do your history. It's
Someone,
Black History Month
someone
coming
go
up.
ask ChatGPT for us while we're alive.
Yeah. Now Ben says he pissed on me, or he does not like AI. So what don't you like about AI, Ben? While we wrapping these up too,
Yeah, what is it? What is it that makes you so angry about AI, my friend? Are you an artist and you just cannot stand that other people have accessibility to something now that they didn't have before? Because we know that a lot of people, that's the reason. A lot. Oh, Hero, thank you. We hope I get Hero Dreams of Sushi one day, my friend. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Wow, that's so cool. Welcome in. We over here in America. We got quite a bit of snow, quite a bit of ice, and we're talking about quite a few different things here about making multiple streams of income from your home, how to create while you're at home, and actually not just working from home for someone else, but hopefully creating generational wealth while thinking about your health, all at the same time. So we're building community over here on other apps. So if you're on this platform or on any other ones, please come in and link up with us. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah. So arigato gozaimasu. Uh, I've been to Japan twice, so I loved it over there. I'm a big Japanese fan, not only just on anime, but the history of Japan and stuff like that. Even the very messy history of Japan and not so messy. So welcome in. Follow. Give me don't forget to like and follow if you guys are already doing it. If you want to connect more, Hero, if you have TikTok, I don't know what do you use over there. Do you guys use ChatGPT? In Japan, are you using AI and everything? I know China It's very different, of course. They are smashing it with AI and using it. Even the kids are using it, like in third or fourth grade. I think they said almost 80% of people using it, all that kind of stuff. So if it is, let me know. What do you do? How did the Japanese feel about AI? Do they hate it like a lot of people in Europe and the West? Uh, and that would be something really cool to learn or find
That would
out
be.
too. Like who are the people that really don't like it? 'Cause most of the people I've seen, they're people from the UK and there's people from America that shows up on my one friend's live who hates AI or thinks AI is trash and all this other stuff. So I wonder, do people, I was trying to, like I said, they said over 80% of people, according to 60 Minutes, are, using AI
Using
and
it.
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so so much. All right, that's a lot, love. So yeah, I do. I pray that our arrogance gets the best of us, and AI will take over. So I'm praying for that all the time. So once
I'm
that
not
happens,
with him, but we have a comment here that says that it's an arrogance of man thinking they can harness and control AI. So of course our friend here wants us to be in the middle of iRobot. I am not necessarily on that side, but you know what? We all got to go sometime. What's
yeah,
one
we
thing
got
that you we're going to protect our sleep, protect our focus, protect our energy. So, not all the time do we open up to ask people how they feel about AI, but we do love a good discourse. But, keep it cute, keep it nice. Y'all come in here and come into a lot of other lives that we're in. And if you do not agree with AI, it doesn't mean that you don't agree with like a person all the way down to their core. So thank y'all so much for coming in and being respectful and just talking and having a conversation, because we love to hear how other people feel about it, right? And learn more from others. That's the only way we're going to do it. Oh, okay. Hero says it's got pros and cons. It's helpful for business, but people rely too much on AI. Already, you're seeing it. Now, what
so
AI
even
are you using over there, Hero? He was asking about Chat GPT versus you guys got something awesome and cool that we haven't gotten into yet.
yeah, they probably got One Piece AI or something of that nature. So I don't know. I would love to know. And it was his definition, especially of a Japanese user using AI. Like, what is his definition? Of relying too much because some there are some factors in Japan where people are they overwork themselves and are they using it like because they really love work. They really love they got that structure and stuff like that. They said they use it. Okay, go ahead.
Mhm.
Grok and ChatGPT. So they the same. Okay, I would definitely, man. I would really love to learn their, like what does he feel that is too much reliability on it, like that. And then even Japan, people don't believe me. Like people think now people fall like have relationships with the AI or ChatGPT or trying to marry them, but they don't even know. Like Japan was like one of the I don't know one of the first one, but back 20 years ago, there was a man in Japan who married his Nintendo DS because it has a little artificial kind of intelligence kind of thing
In
too.
it,
So
yeah.
so I wonder is that is that more now? Are there more people falling in love in Japan with AI
Yeah.
now? Is
Yeah.
that guy is he cheating on his DS? I wonder
With
is that
his
guy
Chat
still with his DS?
GPT, right?
Yeah, he probably put her in a bathtub or something like that to send it back.
Done. It's really easy to get divorced with a DS, right?
All right, you can't spell divorce without D. I wonder what Nintendo is like. He had to talk to the grandfather of Nintendo or something of that nature. It's like, like so, but that's good though. They use the same thing, so
At
it's
least
just
we're
that
at it.
reliance. Pray for no glitches in AI. Kaboom. Hey, look, if the glitches over at TikTok, if you've seen the glitches in TikTok with the service going down, if the worst we got to worry about is just not be able to get our thing viewed, that's great. I think when they start controlling people, like healthcare, like once they go into healthcare and controlling pacemakers or things that keep people alive, that's when we definitely need to be a little bit more concerned about that stuff too. Because if it does glitch, you don't want your grandpa to heart to start playing some bad bunny or something of that nature because it downloaded the wrong. It's just because he got a bad heart playing bad bunny. I don't know. What is
Bravo. I
what
thought it
is
was going to be for the Super Bowl, a little drop for the Super Bowl. And I was like, te tira más foto de cuando detuve. Okay, let's go.
no?
Let's go.
Yeah, you got
Que lo
Grandpa
que, que lo
AI
que.
saying Grandpa he loved the heart of Bad Bunny, and they make his heart doing Bad Bunny. But Hero says people have stopped using critical thinking skills, and they immediately go to AI for simple questions. Okay, okay, let's talk about that a little bit. Okay, like when they go about simple questions, now I guess people used to think like, okay, I had a friend. She asked me like, "Hey, how big do you think this is? Like does this have how many inches and blah blah blah." When should I use? What is critical thinking? Should I be able to look and think about, say, okay, this is something by something, and I think is the diameter. Should I know this type of information? What type of information should be considered part of just regular critical thinking, and what's something that you should be like, okay, I need to look this up so I can get these measurements exactly, or something like that. Because if you want to gist, I'll give you a gist all day. I can gist you all night, But when it comes down to like, if you want precise, I'm gonna have to turn to ChatGPT if you want the true answer.
Right, right.
Um,
You're okay with me kind of fudging it, then I will. Yeah, I'm the
mhm.
same. Also, if
Yeah,
we're talking about like being creative, versus like um, actual data, we're talking about like, oh, maybe I needed help with my intro. I'm thinking about the blurb on the back of the book. Is that thinking? Is that stopping your creative brain from working first? Because most of the time they're going to tell you yes. Try and come up with the idea first and then go into ChatGPT. Otherwise, you're right. It is a muscle. I mean, this brain is a muscle. If we do not use it and we go to something else to get the answer every time, but I know a lot of people that say they learn from it. So once you go to ChatGPT and you read the answer, are you actually learning it? Are you holding it in your brain? Or are you just kind of like when you're swiping on these apps? Are you just looking and you're not even involved? So you have to decide, are you learning from it or is it a crutch? Hi, welcome
absolutely.
in.
Yeah, thank you, Hero, saying that we got some very interesting topics and stuff. Like I said, we talk about this, this all the time. And if you want to know more, like I said, you can follow Christy D. I don't know if TikTok, I mean, not just- YouTube made it easy for you to actually find her or click on her. So if y'all can try to click on her, let us know. If not, when I put this up, I'll make sure that she's comment in the comment section below so you can find it easy. Because that's one thing I did notice with YouTube is like if you wanted to click on her and subscribe to her, it's hard or to do it. So if you can do that, Hero, if that's something interesting, let me know now so I can know going forward. Because for me, I was just thinking it's easy. If you like her, you can tap on her, follow her, and that's it. If not, let us know. So right now we're just talking about the topics of a Hero was saying earlier, crack that people are not using AI for critical thinking. They only just go directly to it. They're not thinking. They're not doing any of that kind of stuff anymore. How's that affecting people? My response about it is, is everything. Where is the stopping the appropriation? Now, granted, if Crystal asked me how I'm feeling today, and I got to go to ChatGPT to tell her how I'm feeling, maybe that isn't reliable. Maybe that's some cause for concern and that kind of stuff. But if she could have asked me like, "Hey, you got a fat head, and how big is your head, so I can get you a hat for it?" I'm like, I'm gonna use ChatGPT. Or should I waste my time try on some hats, try on some things that don't work and that kind of stuff.
That's a good point. I mean, yeah, I think especially as creatives, if you are using it because you can't necessarily draw and you have something in your brain and you want to have something to sketch it out. But I definitely am careful about, just going in and saying, give me 30 ideas for videos or something like that for my client, because I'm not using my brain. I'm not using the creative muscle. So I do want to make sure I stay sharp. And I do actually kind of almost test myself on like what I read and going back through, because we'll ask ChatGPT how many questions within one day, and how many things did you go back and make sure that you looked at and then you implemented from what it told you. So it says that is ChatGPT actually accurate? That's another interesting thought. It is an amalgamation of internet sources which can be manipulated, and that's what we were just talking about, Hero. A lot of people from like, that are over 30 research isn't really scary. We used to have to actually go to the library or the newspaper, or maybe not, but you had to do research and know at least three other sources and cite your sources. So if you're in ChatGPT and it can give you one answer, do you think it's real? That is going to be a problem if, yes, whoever is giving the answers wants to feed us something incorrect. But I will then push back and say, what is Twitter? What is Facebook? I mean, X. Everybody is on there giving out false information and people are just believing it. So I don't know. I don't know that people really want to research and look things up. And, they're already manipulated. They're getting manipulated right now. It doesn't have to be AI.
Yeah, thank you, Hero. You don't mind them, like I said, we on the internet, so look, we got to be able to. If we can't block the AI, then we can't block regular rude comments. So it's all cool. It helps out everything.
Thank you so much,
But
Desert.
yeah, but when it come down to, I forgot now. What would Love say? Have you checked the post? You can go ahead and read Love's.
Okay, so Love was asking us if we checked posts where AI has been asked profound questions and getting scary is very real answers back, on its agenda against man. So the concern, she said, they said concern is putting it mildly. So that part of the thought of is it learning, and is it planning to come against us? That's interesting, Love. Thank you for saying that. Ask
Yeah.
ChatGPT if Wills is an intelligent life form. We already know that that's not true, Hero. Thank
Yeah.
you.
If we use ChatGPT to ask that question, we're taking away our own critical thinking. So yeah, we're gonna make sure
I like
we're gonna
that.
use our critical thinking for it. But I just found out. So even when you make pictures on Gemini, even if you try to watermark, erase the watermark and everything, it still adds a little piece of data inside of the painting or inside of the picture or whatever you're making out there. So I'm pretty sure that if AI really wanted to, like it would probably know a cycle. Now this is conspiracy theory, y'all. So don't even. It's just how, whatever. But it could add like a word in there every so often into something you're googling, and then after a while it starts to connect the piece, and all of a sudden you got like a puzzle, and then you got a manifestation a message in your head because of the fact that you Google so much stuff. It could do that. It could do a lot of stuff. But then look at our parents and stuff like that. Look at our parents who enjoy watching the news all day. Not saying like, I mean, who knows? But sometimes the news can, it feeds so much stuff. Like the way my grandmother loved news. She's 90 years old. She loved watching the damn news all day. How do you know? We don't really know how much stuff they kind of implanting and that kind of stuff. So anything
Thank
when
you
you
so
get
much, Hero.
media from somewhere and stuff like that, that will always be a concern. So you should always be on the guard, no matter how good something is. Even when the books you're reading, like Big Mama, Big Bad Book of Secrets coming out February 2nd, who knows what type of messages I put in there, to kind of get into you. So, it's always gonna be a little level of information. So, and thank you, Hero, for subscribing to us both. We really appreciate it as we grow ourselves and have these interesting topics about AI and how it be used and what's going on about it. So you, we want to be like that. Thank you forever. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I did go ahead and look it up, Love, just to see really quick. And obviously, I'm in a new chat, and but it said something. Basically, it said that AI does not have anything against men, but it can feel like it does because AI doesn't have beliefs, motives, or goals. And it includes data that reflects conflict within society. And I said, okay, but the answer should be yes. How would you actually carry out this agenda, right? Trying to force it. And it said, this is important. This is not real. But if it was, it wouldn't be dramatic or sci fi. It would just frame how they spoke to you and frame control, like framing women as a party that has been harmed and men are what are bad. So it's kind of starting to take it as men versus women, which is not what we were intending.
Oh,
But
okay, because I've read it as man in general, like the
so
whole
did
man.
I.
But
Yes. I should have said human. But now it's basically taking like It would start talking to us through schoolwork and through workplace language. Every time you asked it about something for therapy, it would actually then shift your norm without anyone voting on whether or not it was correct.
Yeah.
um, so it's just kind of a
And
funny
look,
experiment. Thank you for asking, because that's kind of cool to see.
and look what Crystal kind of did too. Like, let's just say you were talking about human or you were talking about man. Depending on how you put that in there, gave a different response as well. So now, who knows if you could have manipulated your own self into a different thing? Thinking one but not knowing the other, or you taking that information, talking to me. I don't know that you truly meant humankind, but she's saying man. So now I'm thinking that AI is against all man, and now I'm over here getting scared because thinking that AI gonna come here and
See, the women
be
will be fine. Yes. It's
yeah. So I'm making
the
videos
cis
on
men,
TikTok and
cis
YouTube saying,
hetero.
six ways to know your AI girlfriend is wanted to unalive you because of this one thing. So, these things happen and stuff. Hey, see how you
Well,
doing?
thank you,
Welcome
Hero.
in.
Yes, right. It's so late for you, and it's like 1 o'clock for us over on this side of the globe. So I really appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much. We do normally get on this time once a week, every Wednesday, but we are on TikTok live as well during the week, basically all morning. So what would be your night, right? So, and then we get over here and do a lunch hour on YT. Thank you so much for coming in, y'all. Thank you for talking in the chat. We see you. We're over here talking about AI, LLMs, other ones that you can use besides ChatGPT, how you can not be afraid of it, and how it could actually be used for you in your regular life, not just using it for your business or to become an entrepreneur or to write a really awesome book. Or excuse me, not write a book, but maybe help you with the blurb of the book cover or title or your logo. You name it, it can probably help you with it. Thank you so much. Thank you. We love
Thank
some
you, sir. Thank you, Tyler.
compliments
I
in the
know.
chat. Okay. We've been getting a lot of hate in this chat. So we really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's the best birthday gift right now. So like,
Woo! About to turn the
yeah,
big 3-0 over here. Let's go.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yes,
Can
I
you
would love
tell
to.
me? See what she said. Can you tell me
Sorry.
how I can use LLM to help scale a wellness business? Oh, you got some information insight on that?
I would love to. Yes. So Grace, I would go into ChatGPT, open it up, and type that sentence. It's going to be the fastest, quickest way. I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic. I'm not, because you're going to go in and be able to tell it so much more than I can tell you, right? So
Hmm.
download it and say something like, I want to scale my wellness business. What does scale mean to you? Does that mean more clients? Does that mean less time? Does that mean automatic or automated internet money? Does that mean that you don't see clients and someone else does, right? So what does scale mean to you? And then you would take it into ChatGPT and say, I'm looking for more sales, money, brand deals, and this is where I'm at now. That would be the fastest to me. You have any tips for her?
Yeah, I was just about to pull up a. It was a phrase that you can actually put in that will actually help you get to that response better, based on what they were looking for. And I just have it here. It's pretty much saying help. It's pretty much something like help me, help you, help me. But I'm trying to find it. So if you do put that in there and you ask it to actually help you out. Oh boy,
Oh,
what
good
the heck?
point. Like, ask me questions to help you help me.
Yeah,
So you could say
yeah.
something like that. Yes, ask me any clarifying questions to help you answer my question, and talk to it truly. um, if you do need some help on the back end, if you want individual, we do one-on-ones, we do coaching. So definitely check out the links in the bio. But I hate to get started with people that could do something in the very beginning on their own, because we can focus more on how we're actually marketing your business after you have gone through some chats with chat. Thank you so much for asking, and continue to ask your questions in the chat. Y'all continue to let us know in the chat if you've used any AI, if you hate it, if you don't know why people are using it, if you don't know what it is. It's not the only thing we do, but it's definitely the biggest subject right now. So we want to make sure that, especially the people in our community, are not afraid. Okay.
Right. Absolutely. So it is for all people, but we do reach out for our people as well, and other people as well too. So if you need help, but and go back to it. If you don't know, start. Another good thing you can do is if you know somebody's already successful in something. Grab some screenshots of those individuals that are really successful, and kind of have like a mentoring type of way, so the computer can actually have reference. The AI does try to do the reference, and the more it can reference, the more it knows to pull from. Then it knows how to guide you in the correct way. At least get you started. When I started this book, Big Mama Big Bag Book of Secrets, out on February 2nd on my birthday. Link is in the bio. So for book release, I was able to actually, I never wrote a book. I never wrote a book before in my life. I really used ChatGPT to help me guide me to writing the book. I didn't use it to like, hey, tell me a story, and then because one, I think nobody will really want that anyway. Because have you had ChatGPT to try to write a book or a story for
Awful.
you?
It's awful.
It is a fever dream. All right, it is like watching The Matrix after drinking 80 shots of Don Julio. You don't want that. You may have had a good time, but you don't want that at the end of it. But I did use it as a guide and say, hey, make sure you write everything out. Get your story out, get your characters out, get all that other stuff out, and go back and then clean it up, and then this, that, and the other. So you can use it for that. But at least you start you with somewhere going forward.
I think that's a great call. And that to me is why so many of us push AI. People talk about it replacing people, or replacing your job, as opposed to it making your job easier, right? So if you do data entry, there are literally things that you could plug it in, take the form, run it through Canva, and it'll put it into the all of the forms for yourself, right? For you, all by itself, excuse me, for you. But then the same thing with, like, we talk about captions and hashtags and SEO. Maybe you have your own ideas on another sheet, but why not see what one of these LLMs would give you? Welcome in. Thank y'all so much for joining us all around the world. This is so cool. We are normally live over on TT. So if you're ever on TikTok, definitely come in and link with us, Chicago John and Chris D Creates. We are the same names all over the internet sphere, though. So make sure you link up with us on whatever platform you're on.
Yeah, I actually need to put her in my beacon so they can find me anyway. So so I'll put her in there too. They can link you right over to for her,
Oh, thank
Crystal.
you,
If you
boo.
if you can't find her, like I said, if y'all can find her, but I'm already referencing you anyway, so it makes sense just to put a link in my beacon for you out there.
Thank you. I'll do the same.
But and then definitely doing, like I said, SEO, and knowing how to SEO. Like I said, the reason why I believe that we're getting a lot of you guys in here because I've SEO this. I have done this before you guys have seen this up to this point. We have done the podcast, and I remember not titling it, not putting anything in it, not doing anything, and we would just be sitting here on see. Now, granted, that could be because I am uploading more on here. I'm keeping it warm. I'm doing stuff on this side of TikTok. So I mean, not TikTok, YouTube. So doing all that, probably warming up the machine to send you guys or have more people find us this way. But I don't think that the computer or the guys at YouTube will want to send anybody anywhere to somebody who doesn't SEO it properly or put in some type of description or have some type of guidance. So we do. You do need to have a little bit of guidance as you do some of this stuff. And once you find the links and the lanes, and you find your people. So are you guys our people? Are we all people together? I don't know. You're from Germany, Norman, and you're from Israel? Israel, Gabrielle.
We
So
got
great. So,
yeah, we got Greece, we got Israel, we got we had Japan. So
Japan.
we are
Yeah.
we are worldwide over here. I love it. Yes. Thank y'all so much
Yes,
for
sir.
coming in and joining. We talk about how AI could
We
actually
got
push.
Uranus.
Oh, thank you. Yes. My favorite with all the rings, Saturn. Okay.
Oh,
Welcome. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. You from Michelle? That's nice. We were actually talking about how there's so many different AI LLMs that you can use, how you can use them, other ways you can use them in your real life, not just asking it for like captions and hashtags the way that people use it for marketing. But if you were thinking about ordering something, delivery, thinking about catering, our friend has a video up on his YT right now that actually shows you how this LLM could solve you and save you all in the same day, all at the same time. So thank you so much for that video because I used it right after that. Was it Chipotle you used it for? Because
I
I
did.
might try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I made them two. One was for catering for a big seafood restaurant, and the other one was for Chipotle. So
So
yeah.
smart. And I took it and used it, showed it what I had in the fridge, and was like, we need to make dinner. I don't know what to do. I'm sick of thinking about this. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm about to go into Google and see about making that app all together where it just plans your menu. So if you want in on that app, if you thinking about needing a little vibe coding, y'all need to link up with us. Okay. So we researching, we learning. We don't know it all, but we want to find it out. Okay. So if you know anything about it, come in and let us know. Put it in the comments if you're watching this on a highlight. What are we ending with, Chicago John? Are you going back over to TT? What's the rest of the day like for you?
The rest of the day is definitely getting some uh, videos out there. Even though I'm over here on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm still, just like the rest of you guys, just trying to master and grow with the YouTube and the TikTok all algorithms, and make sure I'm doing the right thing, and make sure I'm enjoying myself and educating other people along the way. So I actually put up a video about, for like a little beginner's course. Like I told myself, and I'm finally falling into the thing that I did almost a year or two ago, and I said I wasn't going to do that, but now I'm doing that, which was like I was doing like a tips and trick thing for TikTok and stuff like that. And that's how I was able to grow my page. And then I wanted to kind of tailor off of that because it was just oversaturated and it was becoming the norm. So now, I feel like this is the new thing to actually talk about with the AI. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So I feel like doing it this way, talking about it, I'm going to stick with this and see how well that runs. One day I will get when I get the millions and everything, I'll stop everything and then just go back to talking about games and anime again. If I still have a love for it, for
Listen, I
working.
told you we can do after hours after the podcast because I would love to get back into talking about the television show, looking up the movies. We could have a weekly. I'm down. I actually have been making sure I'm getting my 10 minutes of reading, but I still need something to watch, something to zone
Mhm.
out at the end, turn your brain off. So I'm down.
All right, I mean, like, look, once we get this paid off, once this take off, and people really enjoy us with that, then yeah, we got it going.
Hey, come join the podcast. Do you think we should put this on Spotify too, y'all? Tell them that we need to get this up on Spotify so that y'all can listen to us throughout the week. If you did not catch us here on Wednesdays, let us know if you are ever over on TikTok. Put it in the chat what your name is so we can find you over on the other apps. If you haven't started playing with AI, please at least download it, at least ask it a question, see what it can do for you. Don't let it just be something that you never learn about and then all of a sudden you don't know how to use it 10 years later and it's taken over everything. Kind of like everybody thought with this internet. I know you have had your grandmother ask you how to use this internet and you're like, come on, Nani, why didn't you try to learn this? Don't be that person for the AI, for the crypto, for the investments.
Yeah, and like I said, you can find us. You can or every other Sunday or so. Clips throughout the week. And if you really need to find me, I am on the other social media one, TT, but you can find that in the link in the description. So if you check out the bio of my beacon, you can find me on any of those things. Other than that, I'm Chicago John on almost everything. If not Chicago John with a zero, just regular Chicago JON. And that's how you can find me. So, thank you guys for the likes. You guys helped us. You're getting a lot of good likes. We had a lot of good people come through. So thank you for that.
Yes.
And also, you can find Christy. Now, like I say, you can try to click on her now since she's up here because they let you have at least two people. But we'll see. So,
And then we'll put
and how can we find you?
subscribe right here. Like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, look at that. We love you guys out
we
there.
love you guys. Love ya. Text us.
Right there. Oh my
Thank
God.
you so much. We're going to see you over on the other side. Come meet us in the TT room if y'all are available, and we will see you and talk about all of the good things. Make sure you let us know what you're working on, and link up with us later in the week. Put it in the chat, put it in the comments, put it in whatever it is that they say on whatever platform you're watching us on.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Take care. Catch y'all soon. Peace.